can see several concrete pavements which are badly damaged. These cracks usually occur with frequent vehicles traffic, but the main reason for these unorganized cracks to appear is the absence of shrinkage and expansion joints or its wrong realization. Cracking is a normal phenomenon to the nature of concrete. Density and opening of the cracks is therefore limited by using dividing joints. These are compulsory every 25 square meters, as mentioned in the standards. The method, elaborated by Alberto Follo, building expert, is said to be by built-in profiles. The Follo joint ruler is a hollow PVC profile which is built into the slab just before pouring the concrete. The profile is therefore drowned in the concrete to absorb expansion and shrinkage movements caused by thermal variations. The base of the profile is wide and stable. Its lightweight makes handling very easy. Its side walls with 3 grooves allow a perfect catch to the concrete. The ridged top is used as a guide and a level while screeding the concrete. The hollow part of the profile can be used as a cable duct. Slabs are spread usually with a power float and can be sanded on 2 or 3 mm if needed. Our proven system allows to avoid cracks and obtain a perfect finish while making substantial savings. The Follo joint ruler, 30 years experience, a recognized easy handling, and the perfect tool to carry out your concrete slabs. Our on-site experience has allowed us to elaborate 4 models. The 40 mm model, used for medium thickness slabs, inferior or equal to 12 cm. The 80 mm model, used for thicker slabs superior to 12 cm, which can handle a 80 kg vibrating screed. The 80 mm reinforced model, 30% thicker, can handle a vibrating screed up to 160 kg. The 40 mm to plant model, unlike the other models, this one is planted in the concrete after pouring. To gain productivity, we have just innovated with the release of an essential laying implement, the Follo base. The Follo base allows the laying of the joint ruler with a simple clip and to pour the concrete while work is progressing. Its use reduces preparation time and makes the laying of joints easier while saving considerably on labor. After 30 years experience and several millions of meters of joints treated on the 5 continents, our method has widely proved its efficiency. Here you can observe the stages of laying a slab with Follo joint rulers and the Follo base. Preparing the ground is essential to lay a quality slab, and going over the ground several times is necessary to obtain a well-compacted floor and avoid further settlement. Then the reinforced mats are laid, making sure the welded wires cover each other. A line is then pulled to set the level of the joints. The laying needs using high adherence 12 mm diameter steel bars in 20 or 30 cm length, depending on the nature of the ground. With a laser, the mason sets the line at the finished level of the slab, minus the height of the profile used. The steel bars are then planted every 70 cm, lined up and set along the line. The steel bars are also at the line's level. Then the Follo base implements are pushed on the steel bars. Finally, the profiles are simply clipped on the Follo base. The crossing sections are awkward and need special care. The profile needs to be cut at a 20-degree angle. It will then be placed on top of the base of the lateral ruler, and the tips will be lined up. The Follo base must be placed at the closest and on either side of the crossing. The joining of 2 joint rulers is done with the Follo base, inserting a piece of steel bar inside the hollow, higher part of the profile. Therefore, the lineup remains perfect. The 5 meters profiles allow to lay 25 square meters surfaces as asked by the standards. On sandy grounds, the laying of the joint ruler is made on top of mortar mounds the day before pouring. The joint ruler is sealed on the mounds placed every 70 centimeters. The wire mesh needs to be lifted off the mounds to avoid it remaining stuck on the ground. The mason takes 3 level points on top of the profile and adjusts them to the finished level of the slab. The joint ruler is then underpinned with a trowel halfway up its height. The first mound is placed 25 centimeters from the extremity to avoid mortar to get into crossing sections. For this method, it's essential before pouring to wait until the mortar has set. On the other hand, with the tofu base, pouring can be done straight away. Pouring is done section by section in a much quicker way than for an entire surface. The savings on time and labor is estimated to be of 30%. Workers won't have to worry about level as it is given by the joint rulers. The profiles will be used as leveling guides. While the concrete is screeded, one of the masons can use the power float on a section already poured. The profiles handle the vibrations without problem. The Tofolo joint rulers are also used as pouring stoppers. The spreading of the slab is normally done with a power float or by hand in a more traditional way. Once the spreading of the slab is done, work is finished. No need to come back on site to sew the joints and fill them in with supple material. Once more, a saving on the cost of tools, sewing discs and labor. The domains for using the Tofolo joint ruler are numerous. There are several uses as well. Tofolo joint rulers are very handy to carry out sloping shapes in pools, towards traps and manholes. Observe a garage for heavy trucks, which was built by ourselves more than 25 years ago. The joints are in a perfect state. There is no crack on neither side of the ruler, even with heavy and intense traffic. Now, look at a washed concrete sidewalk. This way of operating is very common and easy to lay with the Tofolo joint ruler. For 30 years, the Tofolo joint ruler has widely proven itself all over the world. Our profiles have been used on prestigious sites. Since its invention, our profile has obtained several awards like the Golden Pyramid in Paris, the MIP in Las Vegas, and technical standards. In 2006, the innovating implement Tofu Base has improved the profit of our method and has simplified the laying of slabs. The use of the joint ruler and the Tofu base together offers substantial savings on the most expensive part in building, labor. Tofolo, the joint specialist.